Hey everyone, welcome to the Last Movie Run podcast. I'm your host, Josh Gilliam. I'm joined by Alex Cantor.
Hey guys.
This week we're talking about Captain America, Brave New World. We'll also get into some news, some trailers, and some general talk about what the hell we've been doing for 2 months. All right, so we're back. We took our break for winter, and then we were supposed to start up earlier, and we didn't. I got really sick when we were supposed to start back up. Then my cat had surgery. And Alex, you've been sitting in dreary English weather.
Exactly.
It's perfect. It's a perfect excuse.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Yeah. We got an episode of Trading Paperback off. Gary and I did. And then we missed the second one when we were supposed to be recording. I was sick very hard. So normally we would talk about news and trailers, but I hate wasting time. The people came for Captain America: Brave New World, so we're gonna
get right into it.
Right into it. That's what we're doing from now on.
Okay.
We're jumping right in. So, Brave New World came out. It's the fourth Captain America movie, dropped on February 14th. It's doing terrible critically. It's doing pretty good commercially. I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good too. I didn't know. I sort of heard before I went to see it that it hadn't been doing so well, or the reviews hadn't been doing so well. I didn't know it did all right commercially. That's pretty good. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I haven't read a lot of these bad reviews, so I'm not really sure how justified the hate is. I just sort of generally got the impression that it wasn't that good until I went to see it.
Yeah, that's it. Kind of building up to it, people were like, oh, I'm really skeptical of this. I don't think it's going to be that good. It also underwent massive reshoots multiple times. So I think that had a lot of people really either not caring for it or being very skeptical of it. So it is sitting at a 49% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, but it's sitting at an 80% audience score.
Okay.
And
yeah, I mean,
that's a B. I'd give this movie a B.
I would give it. I think it's a solid B movie.
Yeah.
Not there's anything wrong with that, but yeah. What did you think of it?
I thought it was really good. I think there were a lot of really solid action sequences in this movie, and I definitely think the intrigue around the villain is really good. It is kind of weird that we went all in on the Incredible Hulk stuff at the fourth Captain America movie, but whatever. I'm glad to see some of it pop back up. Obviously, Harrison Ford was great in this because he's great in everything, unless he's Han Solo, which he hates being Han Solo. It was like, please kill me off. Yeah, I think it was really well done. I think Anthony Mackie actually hit it out of the park with this. I think
I agree. I think he did a pretty good job. I mean, there's some incredible performances, and I really like Giancarlo Esposito character, Serpent.
Yeah, and he was barely in this.
Yeah,
maybe that's a good thing. I know you were saying you'd like to see some villains reoccur and pop back up, and
yeah, sort of you get that in some comics, right? Like I was saying, I'm reading Daredevil at the moment, and characters that pop up working for the big bad of whatever part of the run you're on, and then disappear, and then show up working for someone else, sort of for their own ends. But that sort of reoccurring character might, I think, make it interesting.
Yeah, I know.
That's something I'd like to see too more.
And I don't know if you remember when Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the beginning of it, they brought back Batroc the Leaper, who's the dude who was doing flips at the beginning of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. I know your facial reaction is like,
I did not.
This guy just say to me. You remember in the very beginning of that show where they're they're fighting a dude on a helicopter? I wouldn't blame you for not remembering.
Yeah,
remember the guy at the beginning of Winter Soldier where they're fighting with the shield and he's like, "What? You gonna hide behind the shield?" And he drops it and he does a insane flip and knocks him out.
I will trust that this happened.
Okay.
I don't remember.
It didn't. I'm making shit up right now.
What? Are you serious?
No.
Okay.
No, I love that you just kind of believed I did though.
Yeah, you have me falling for it every single one.
But yeah, they brought him back, and he was hopefully he's a reoccurring thing. I hope they bring Serpent Society back. But the main villain in this was the leader, who in the comics is a Hulk villain, and the secondary villain in this is the Red Hulk, who in the comics is a Hulk villain.
Wow, really hit the nail on the head with that one.
Thank you. I really tried. That's like a common
You
thing I
practiced that one
see.
in the mirror before you started.
I did a hand movement and everything. Just kind of like this. I look in the mirror and I do this all day long. What'd you think of all that? Like the villains in this?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, yeah, they had to incorporate a lot of villains, and um, I was, to be honest, in the space of the like time they had in the movie, pretty impressed with how they managed to fit all this different stuff in. I mean, yeah, I think they did. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Certainly, trying to cram like
Yeah.
a side villain and two main villains, sort of, depending on how you want to look at it, all into one story. But I think they did a pretty good job of tying it all together plot wise.
Yeah, it kept things moving pretty well. Um yeah, I think the leader especially, like they did him well, except the design. Fucking hate the design of the leader in this movie. Him and his big tumor head.
Yeah,
Because
I remember you were talking about some of the original designer
well, in
that
the
that
comics
came
his head
out.
is just tall. And in like they did some test stuff, like concept art leaked.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's just a longer head. That is more
Yeah.
like what is in the comics.
Yeah. And instead we got a tumor head. Tumor head man. I don't
I guess
like it.
I didn't know what to expect in the comics, so I looked it up after hearing you say that. But I thought the design was all right.
Yeah, and what's crazy is they made the Funkos based on the concept. I saw this in the wild.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So why did they do
Hmm.
that? This movie underwent so many reshoots. I don't know. I'm kind of not surprised they
Yeah,
did this.
yeah. But regardless, I think he was a good villain. I think they did a good job of like hyping him up and tying him into what was going on with Harrison Ford's character with Ross.
Yeah.
Um, I think they maybe were a bit heavy-handed at the beginning with reminding you why Thaddeus Ross is important and why you care about him and calling back and
Yeah.
lots of scenes like where it's like a panning shot of DC and then the news like talking and giving you an update to catch you up with the story. I
Yeah.
sort of thought it was a bit blunt with that at the beginning, but then they brought in new villains and characters pretty well without having to do all that. I think they were just trying to pull it back to the Hulk stuff.
Hmm. Yeah. I thought it was really good though, especially the way Harrison Ford is like just mean. Like
Yeah.
he's such a nice guy and then he gets shot and he's like, "Man, fuck this. You're too
Yeah, it was.
close to
I mean,
this. I
look,
don't
it
want
was
you near
enjoyable to
this."
watch. It was enjoyable to watch, and like you said, there are some pretty fun action scenes in there.
Yeah.
Um,
I
I
think
guess we're
the
not going
mind
into
control
spoilers
stuff
yet,
is
but
interesting.
yeah,
Like
I think
that's
so
the
as well.
leader's big thing is like he can mind control people. And it's not like through his big old tumor head. It's he's using like flashing lights. I know you had an interesting theory about
Oh,
how
I
that should
just, well, I
go.
mean, I don't want to like bring down the movie too much because I do think it was an enjoyable watch.
Yeah.
But from watching the trailer, I'd gone in expecting sort of this. Like, I mean, I thought the trailer was really well done for this movie, and so I was like expecting sort of big conspiracy. Captain
Hmm.
America's like tackling the leader and this big conspiracy within the government. So blah blah. What's he gonna
Yeah.
do? And then in the movie itself, I felt like you never felt that danger present. You always are like, okay, well, he's fine. Everyone's on his side. All he has to do is win this fight. And then you have the action sequence. And then I'm like, okay, well, he's not, maybe I'm worried he's in danger of losing fight X, Y, or Z. But that's not sort of what I wanted from this like big master tactician villain. I wanted to feel more of the danger if he's dangerous or
Yeah.
not. Anyway, to that, what you're talking about was stuff like they have this fight scene, and once they discovered the lab where Thaddeus Ross was keeping the leader, and there's this big fight scene with all these flashing lights going around, and it looks really cool. And then you get to the end, and I was like, in my head, what I was thinking was, oh my god, all these flashing lights going on while this fight was happening. It was just a side distraction to keep from the fact that either Sam Wilson or the new Falcon is being brainwashed. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? And then actually it turned into nothing, and it was just there to make the fight scene look cooler, I guess. So stuff like that, where
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is he gonna make it out? And then it's like, oh, okay, that wasn't plot point they wanted to explore. It's just about the fight.
I
So
wonder if that's
that's the
something
minor
they
complaint, I guess, but that's the vibe I got from the movie from watching the trailer. I was expecting going from this sort of villain.
yeah, I wonder if that's something they wanted to do in the original cut and people didn't like it. Because I actually would have preferred that to what we got, which was just a epileptic nightmare.
Mm. Yeah, exactly. For no apparent reason.
Yeah. Yeah, you were like halfway through the movie and you're telling me like, oh, I think this would be really cool. And I don't want to be like, you're wrong. You wrote a better script, but you are you are wrong. Because I
I
saw
mean,
this
on
opening
that,
night.
yes, I thought the script was pretty good. I thought it was I my favorite part of the sort of underlying character development for Sam Wilson was him questioning, which we got a bit in the TV show, if he's taken the super serum or not. I thought that was a cool plot point to explore,
Yeah.
and they had some really good dialogue and conversations, making you understand, his decision as a character, why not, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was all good. Like, honestly, the character work in this is pretty solid. I'm really happy with it. Um, I think they kind of crammed a Black Widow character into this that we
Oh
really
yeah, that's a
didn't
good point.
need.
Yeah,
But I think that's my one big complaint with this movie is her inclusion in it because she doesn't really add anything. It kind of just seems like she's here because Marvel's throwing spaghetti at the wall still.
I get what you're saying, but I think that we needed to have another character in the show besides Ross to sort of represent the American government, because otherwise it becomes like Cap. If there's no other characters that balance to that, it's just Cap against President of the United States, and then it's just, what I mean. Then it becomes Captain America against America, sort of too
Yeah.
much. But if you have this like smart Black Widow, I mean, happened to be they made her a Black Widow character because that's what creatively they wanted to do. But you needed some other character on the side, competent enough to also be investigating to sort of represent like everyone else in this conflict who could figure it out besides just the president versus Captain America. And I think that sort of character was necessary. Whether or not it was a Black Widow character is up to debate, but that's what they went for.
I do that. I do get that. Her name was Sabra. That's all Google gives me. The actress's name was Shira Haas. And she does good in this. You're right. I think they do need someone to bounce off of. They had a second person. It was like the secretary or like, you remember the woman who was
Yes, I'm
like,
not sure. I know
Sam,
what
you
you're
should
talking
not
about.
be here. Um,
But she didn't get a lot of time, to be honest, as a
no,
character
I
other than
wonder
that.
if she was supposed to take more of this and then got cut.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because I don't, yeah, I don't remember from anything else. But
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was pretty good though. Like, I didn't think we needed her as much, but maybe that is a good point that we needed a someone who's not just like evil government Captain America. I think we
yeah,
probably did need that in between. You're right. I think they should have introduced that in Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
you
like
didn't think so, these
backdoor it,
characters.
and then well, I thought she was
Mm.
like underdeveloped, and that's kind of why it hit because we introduced a lot of
Yes, I
characters
see
in
what you're
this
saying.
movie.
Yes, yes,
Because like we expanded upon the Falcon, and he was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Isaiah Bradley was in this in a prison cell for most of it,
yes.
and
But
that was
I
like,
thought it was cool. I thought it was cool they sort of continued that sort of storyline and
yeah,
like
I like that
experimented on
he
Super
and
Soldier
Sam
and that
are.
kind of stuff.
I like that he and Sam are boys now.
Yes, yeah.
Like he met him in the TV show, and now they're just like, we're hitting punching bags in the gym. Don't even worry about it. But yeah, I thought it was good. Also, I do love how, and you brought this up to me while you were watching it, how Ross actually made the good point where Sam was like, no, I'm going to solve this because that's my fucking boy in prison. And he was
Oh
like, you are
yes,
way too
yes.
close to this. You do not need to be involved.
So my worry halfway through the movie was that this was like, I was like, yeah, that's a pretty reasonable take. Like, and he's like, yeah, he just became the president. Of course, he's worried about like optics and politics, and he
Yeah.
doesn't want this guy to mess up. Um, and then I was worried was because I knew, Dias Ross is going to end up being the villain. I was concerned that they would, do what sometimes writers do, in that they make a villain have too reasonable a take, and then they just like make him completely evil
Yeah.
to, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, also kill anyone, that kind of sort of thing.
Yeah. And they flew really
But
close to
they
that in
did,
this.
yeah, they did fly really close to it, but I think they pulled it off. That was my worry sort of halfway through, but then I really like how they sort of completed his villain arc without turning it into that. I think I was a
Yeah.
concern early on, but I think that wasn't anything to worry about. They did a great job.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like he's questionable and he's got the good points, and the leader's like, I was a prisoner, I really just want my freedom, and I don't want like to destroy the world, I want to ruin this man's reputation. Like
Yes,
I thought,
exactly. Both, yeah. I think that you have like Ross, like troubled man, what he did in his past. Is he trying to become better? Yes or no? That sort of thing. Also, leader, cause of like, his troubles are caused by who Ross was in the past, and he's just wanted to get revenge. And I think those two complement each other really well so that you don't have that problem of, villain makes a reasonable take. We have to overcorrect to make him bad. They sort of work each other,
yeah.
together well, I thought.
Yeah, I do think it's a little interesting that they like flew so close to that and then pulled it off, because that was the biggest
Yes.
complaint of the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show. The bad guy in the TV show, the girl who was leading like the Flag Smashers, that was the group. The leader of that one, she was like, "Oh, I don't like how we're like redrawing borders because Thanos snapped 50% of the people away and now they're back and now people are out of their homes and on the streets. That's not fair. We need to have more,
Which is kind
government
of a reasonable
assistance."
take. Yeah.
Yeah. And people are like, why is she the bad guy? She should
Yeah.
be like she should be in front of the UN. And then the last episode, she's like, we're gonna nuke someone.
Yes. And it's like, okay, that's your head.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. You're
Yeah. There
overcorrecting.
was like a complete 180 trying to course correct with that one that I think a lot of people are like, whoa, what happened?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we also had John Walker in that show, who's just always a lunatic. And I'm excited to see him be more of a lunatic in the Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that too.
We got 2 cameos in this movie. So spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, because we're also going to talk about the post credits and the ending. So the first one, I think everyone, despite him saying, "Oh, I'm not in this one, I'm doing other things,"
Be
I
really
feel like
silly.
I feel like we all knew he was going to show up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after the Falcon gets injured, whose name I don't remember, Bucky rolls into the operating room, or like the
Running
waiting
for
room.
senator,
Yeah.
which is something I forgot had happened, I guess, in the show. And so
I don't
I was like,
remember
oh
that
yeah, that's what
happening
he's
in the
doing.
show.
Oh, okay, so maybe he just is.
Yeah. I think it's just something where they're like, what if he just ran for senator?
He had a fresh haircut.
Mm-hmm. Looking good in a suit. My boy's never in a suit.
Which I thought again was a nice touch, sort of calling back to the first movie.
Yeah.
Or them, not the first movie, the show.
I thought it was pretty good what they were doing with Bucky. But I just like that he's like, Sam, we're boys. You're probably gonna be fine. Like that was the whole gist of that conversation. And they start like shooting the shit and just that kid's gonna be fine. Steve was an icon, you're an inspiration. Going back to the campaign trail now. But
Which right was like again, I like that plot. I mentioned it earlier, but that's sort of
yeah,
why he hasn't taken the super serum. I'm sorry to
yeah.
jump back on that.
No, you're fine. I'm interested to see how his campaign progresses in Thunderbolts, because it does not look like he is on the electoral road in those trailers.
Yeah.
But before we go on to the next cameo, because literally that will be a 5-second conversation, it does nothing for that movie. Neither of these cameos are important. Normally we get a cameo, it's like, oh shit, this character just showed up for a minute. And these two in this movie, it's like, yeah, he was gonna show up, did a pep talk.
Yeah, this is what he's doing right now.
Someone else showed up, said hi. Like, I feel like the cameos in this were not crazy. Multiverse of Madness.
I feel like it was a pretty self-contained movie. Besides these mentions of like,
I'm okay with
we're
that.
going to restart the Avengers. It's its own self-contained story, which I'm good with too.
Yeah,
like
I'm very okay with that. So my brother and I went and saw this movie opening night. I left the theater pretty content with it. I'm thinking about it, like, was it as good? The next morning, my brother, whom you've met on numerous occasions, texts me Alex, I'm going to read you this text because I want you to think about it. I've withheld what he has said to me from you because I need that live reaction.
Okay, hit me with this magical sentence.
My brother texted me and said, about the movie last night, I've had a realization. Ross had just been elected president at the beginning. Then it said 5 months later, meaning it would be March. We have no further indication of how long a stretch of time passed. Yet when Bucky comes in, he still seems to be on the campaign trail in March after an election cycle, and Congress people get sworn in on January 3rd before the president even takes office, and he was referred to as a future congressman.
This is some Cinema Sins type of analysis.
But he's right. What was he doing on the campaign
I'm not going to stop
trail?
thinking about it.
Congressmen are elected, what, every 2 years?
Yeah.
He's rolling after 5 months? And I do
was there
think
another
the movie,
time skip we missed?
No. Well, that was it. I think in the movie, maybe he said fundraiser, which in that case, we're getting some funds together so we can start the campaign trail. But even then,
I guess. Even then,
we're cutting it close. Hold on. How often do we elect congressmen?
Josh, you're supposed to learn this in school.
Every 2 years. I was right. I learned some things in school.
I could have told you that.
You're a British citizen.
What? Yeah, and I'm also a citizen of the United States.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I know my
yeah.
election cycles.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. Every 2 years, I just said.
Oh, okay. It's because I just said it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, chew on that one. What the hell's he doing as a future congressman 5 months after an election?
Maybe he's running in another country. You ever think of that?
What other country? He's a U.S. citizen. Is he running
how often are Russia's elections, right? Or the like Soviet Union?
I don't
elections?
think he's claiming the Soviet. Maybe
well, you don't know. He doesn't
maybe
mention
he's
that,
running as a
says
congressperson for Wakanda.
Thunderbolts. You heard it here first. Bucky is a Russian oligarch.
Perfect. All right, moving on from that, because literally, like I said, it adds nothing to this movie. Sam just needed a little pep talk. And rather than having one of the actual characters in this movie come in and give it to him, they're like, what if we outsourced it?
How about throwback? No, I do think it was a nice touch, though. It was a nice conclusion to that.
It was nice.
Anyway, the other cameo.
For the first time in, when did The Incredible Hulk come out? 08. 08 or 09.
Yes.
Either way, that was 16 or 17 years ago. Liv Tyler has finally returned to the MCU as Betty Ross after Harrison Ford wouldn't stop calling her the whole damn movie. Like, please pick up the phone. I'm the president, and I think I'm sorry. She finally shows up once he's in jail. For a 5-second
cameo, like in prison.
Yeah. And her lines, beautiful. She said, "Hi, Dad." That's it.
Yeah.
What did this add to the movie? Nothing. And yet when you search Captain America Brave New World on Google, she is within the first page of casting. She is the 8th person to show up. She comes in before the leader. Ridiculous. Wait, also, really? There's 2 people on the Google casting of this. Seth Rollins, you're listed as actor, and Rosa Salazar is actress.
I was wondering who that was. I thought maybe the makeup was so insane on them.
No, they're just 2 people.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
What's he doing here?
Anyway.
Also, final rating. Mark Ruffalo is in the cast.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, he is. Maybe there's a secret end credit scene.
He wasn't in the movie.
Just because they referred to him. They really reshot this.
They went all in on the Incredible Hulk.
There's 90 minutes of Mark Ruffalo, as Bruce Banner fighting Red Hulk footage that they had to cut.
I want to see the Mark Ruffalo cut.
Anyway, final rating.
What do we do this out of 3? I'd give the. What do you think?
I think it's a 2 out of 3. I said it was a 7 out of 10 before.
That's why I was thinking.
It's I don't think really it's a mind-blowing movie by any means. But that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. I've given 2 out of 3s to like worst movies. I thought this was pretty good, pretty enjoyable, like sort of phase one Marvel Cinematic
Yeah.
Universe throwback.
I don't
Cool
this is
self-contained movie. 2 out of 3,
where would you rank it in the Captain America movies of the four now we've gotten?
including the show.
No, not no, we'll include the show. Yeah. How would you this is also 2 out of 3 for me, by the way. How would you rank the five Captain America projects? First Avenger, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Falcon Winter Soldier, Brave New World.
My ranking, I think, is including the show. I think it's the show at the bottom,
Agreed.
then Civil War, then Brave New World, Winter Soldier, First Avenger.
That's whack.
It's not that. It's not that long.
You're
I
telling me
stand by this.
Brave New World was better than Civil War?
Maybe they're tied. Maybe it's just because I just can't. It's just because I just finished watching. I thought it was pretty good.
I think
I mean,
it's
okay, no,
go...
all right. Let me rephrase that. I know that'll piss people off.
Please.
As a Captain America movie, I think
so we're
Brave
just
New World.
Explaining.
I think as a Captain America movie, Brave New World is better than Civil War. Like for the story of Captain America, of Sam Wilson as Captain America, you see in it. But as like a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, absolutely Civil War.
All right, I get that. I still like the journey Rogers goes on in Civil War. So I think it's going to go the TV show, Brave New World, Civil War, First Avenger, Winter Soldier.
Okay. I think that's pretty reasonable. I don't think mine was that far out from that.
I think yours is the worst take I've ever heard in my life. Okay. You didn't put the Winter Soldier on top. You put this above Civil War.
Also, I was like, can we also include the show in this ranking just for both of us to put it at the bottom? So
yeah.
Kind of.
Was that? Oh, we have a post-credit scene to talk about, huh? Didn't do shit, actually.
Oh, when he was like, you won the bet or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that was a post-credit scene of all time.
Yeah, so apparently this post-credit scene was
the others. Now I'm remembering. Yes, okay, yes.
Yeah, where he's like, the others are coming, teasing the multiverse. So things have come out now where it's like, oh, that was actually supposed to tease the Illuminati. You remember the Illuminati from Multiverse of Madness?
Yes,
yeah, that was supposed to tease
also, I thought, I mean, like,
their Illuminati.
I wasn't like
I did not get that from it.
The multiverse has already been teased and happened, and movies have been made about it.
Yeah, but this is like,
not like, oh shoot, those people like they're not teasing anything.
Yeah, but we're gonna do Fantastic Fours in another universe, and we're gonna do Secret Wars and Doomsday. So we're rolling up this multiverse shit.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know, it was whatever. But Alex, we're gonna bring back our famous segments that one person once commented on. Quick trivia.
One person commented? What did they say? Is this a section we did? This must have been someone else. I don't remember this. This is not real.
It's real. Did I do it?
He's making this up. To whoever's listening, he made up this commenter. It's probably in the episodes. I just don't remember. He spliced it back into the episodes. It's a conspiracy. Trivia never existed.
Trivia existed. Alex, get this. Anthony Mackie is the third MCU actor to receive executive producer credits for a film after Scarlett Johansson for Black Widow and Chris Hemsworth for Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, hang on. I thought this would be like a pop quiz section. You'd say, this actor from the film you just saw, etc., executive producer.
Shut the hell up. The Red Hulk's movements are based on bears.
Oh, that's kind of a cool piece of trivia, actually, really.
Yeah. First ever appearance of the Red Hulk in the MCU. Thank you, IMDb.
I could have told you that. Yeah.
In the comics, Sidewinder is a blue-eyed Caucasian. Giancarlo Esposito was given blue eyes during filming to replicate this. This movie was originally titled Captain America: New World Order. I remember when they revealed that. However, the title was later changed to Captain America: Brave New World. Although Marvel Studios never released a statement as to why, some speculate it was changed due to the phrase New World Order possibly being linked to anti-Semitism. The first episode of the television series, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, was also called New World Order.
Huh. My only problem with Brave New World is whenever you try and look it up, like on Google, Brave New World, you don't type Captain America Brave New World. You type Brave New World. It comes up with. You remember like reading this book in like I don't know, 7th grade summer reading called Brave New World?
No,
Okay,
that's
well,
because I probably
it's
didn't
real.
read it.
Yeah, but trust me, it was part of your recommended whatever
Oh, I
by
believe it
Aldous
was.
Huxley. And it's like some dystopian novel. Because that's what your summer reading is at that time, I guess. Anyway, that's my piece of trivia, guys.
The
I hadn't
super
had any.
comic accurate Captain America suit used in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier finale was not reused for the movie. This was due to Anthony Mackie saying he would never put that fucking cap goggle thing on ever again. It was
I
super
did hear this.
uncomfortable.
I did hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all I got.
All right. That's some pretty solid trivia.
So if you like that and you liked our review of that, go listen to more of these. We do them all the time. But
Except for the past like what 3 months.
don't worry about that. We're doing them all the time moving forward.
Okay.
We're going crazy in the next one, but you have to wait till the end to hear what it is. Alex, see, normally we do the news and trivia first. News and trivia, news and trailers. And then we get into the big thing, but we just did a little flip flop.
Somewhere we do this made up trivia section only.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Alex, we've renamed the news segment. It's called now the Hollywood Minute. All right. I'm going to give you a piece of news. We're going to discuss it for a short period of time, and we'll move on to the next one. Amazon is now in the driver's seat when it comes to the James Bond franchise. Amazon MGM Studios and the Broccoli family have come to an agreement that will strip some control from the Broccoli family in favor of letting MGM Studios kind of run its course with the James Bond IP. This came after numerous contract failures and negotiations fell through. Thoughts on that?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, it could be good, could be bad. Remains to be seen. Amazon says some pretty good shows. It's some okay shows. I mean, also movies and things.
I love when Jeff Bezos does.
I think
James Bond.
Didn't Jeff Bezos like put a poll on some sort of social media being like, who should it be?
Yes, but I do not remember.
I mean, I hope that sort of like flaunting of the James Bond IP is like, not sure about that, but remains to be seen. That's my final take. 60 seconds are up.
Okay, perfect. I don't even remember who they chose in that poll. To be honest, I don't know if I paid attention. Alex, Spider-Man 4's release date has been pushed back a week to allow for Christopher Nolan's project, The Odyssey, to not interfere with filming.
Oh, that's why.
Such riveting news.
Separately, I have my own piece of news to add to this because I saw something about it. Apparently, a stunt double, because of these conflicts, like it's not a majority, but there's lots of scenes that are like filmed in this movie reportedly with the stunt double instead of Tom Holland because he's shooting this other movie.
Yeah.
That's my contribution to the news.
Yeah, this is an insane lineup. It's going to be, I think there's 3 Tom Holland movies coming out in like the span of a month. And it's Spider-Man 4, The Odyssey. It's weird they're doing a movie about the Odyssey, and it's weird Christopher Nolan's doing it, right? It's supposed to be some insane epic, but like, bro, all dude does is weird homages to like shit that doesn't make sense in sci-fi.
Yeah, yes,
and
like time,
Oppenheimer.
Yeah. Fair enough. I hope it'll be good.
You'll love this. A Minecraft movie's villagers got revealed, and they're horrifying.
I did see this.
They're so fleshy.
He said, "Look at this image. They are horrible."
Yes. I hate them. They're not square. They're not blocky.
I guess it's like, what do you do when you have human characters in the world? But it's like, just go all in on the blocky.
I think they should have done.
That's all the fan base is asking for. Just
they should have done this animated.
Yeah.
Like the Creeper music video.
Stuff like that. Like, people love those animations in like 2015 or whatever. They worked, and I guess maybe it's hard to justify making a whole movie based on that. But I think that if you know your fan base, it might work. But maybe I'm just.
I don't think they do know their fan base.
Actually, the villagers are good, but I did not think the designs were. They freaked me out a bit. No. Like, who are you appealing to? Either you're appealing to the fans who are like now in their like 20s or so, I guess, or end of their teens. In which case you want to be super traditional, or you're appealing to kids, in which case you don't want to freak them out with this weird fleshy villager monster. I just gonna have them
Yeah.
like screaming in the theater. Not a good time for anybody involved. That's my thoughts.
I feel like
I think
we've
that was more than a
covered
minute.
I think we've covered a lot of news regarding the Minecraft movie on this podcast. So I think it'll be really quite the thing when we actually cover that movie, because we will be covering it like the first episode we do in April. We come in and we'll talk about a Minecraft movie.
Sounds like a plan.
2 more pieces of trivia. Not trivia. News. Alex, we have the reveal of what Johnny Cage will look like in Mortal Kombat 2. Have you ever seen Carl Urban?
Yes, I have.
Boom. You now know what Johnny Cage will look like in Mortal Kombat 2. He shaved
I know
the
you're.
boy's
Yeah,
beard.
you're the
That's it.
bigger Mortal Kombat fan than I am. So what do you think of it?
It's fine. It's fine. It's all right. Yeah.
All right. All right.
He'll probably be really good in it. If not, oh well. It's not like the first one was a masterpiece either.
Regardless, you'll hear it here first.
Yes,
From this podcast.
there's no way we don't cover it. I'm going to force you to watch the first one. We'll do both. We'll do them back to back.
Okay.
Same episode. We'll do the second one, then we'll talk about the first one. And we'll say,
It'll be like
wow.
you talking to a
Yeah.
brick wall with how much I know about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I'll be like, did you catch this reference of this character? And he'll be like, yeah, man, I got that. Can you elaborate?
All right.
No.
What's our last piece of news?
We got one more piece of news. This will rock your world. I've not told you this one. We have a release date, or a release window, that is, for X-Men 97 Season 2.
Oh, shoot. Really?
Yes, this was revealed today that we will not be getting X-Men 97 Season 2 till spring of 2026.
Wow.
It is currently spring of 2025, so we have to wait a year.
I know you practiced that. You had me going for a second when you said we just found out we won't be getting X-Men 97 Season 2. I know that was planned.
Yeah.
Made my heart jump a little. Okay, I can wait till spring 2026.
You can? I want it now.
I also want it now.
I loved X-Men 97.
It was such a good show, but I want them to, I want them to have time to make a masterpiece.
Okay. I think season 2 is going to be really good. What if they take all this time? It's terrible.
Then you'll hear it here first.
Okay, then I'll put a hit out on, I think his name is Bo DeMaio. He was the showrunner for season 1 and he got fired. So he has nothing to do with season 2, but I'm going to put a hit out on him anyway because he's the only one I remember. Yeah. Yeah, he was doing the J.K. Rowling thing of like, as the episodes were airing, people would be like, was this what this was supposed to mean? And he was like confirming and denying things where normally you're like, no, you have to wait till season 2 to find out. He was like,
oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, Morph is supposed to be in love with Wolverine. That is what's happening.
What?
Like, remember at the very end?
See, I don't follow this enough to hear this, and now you just ruined it for me.
Good. They're not going to follow that plot point. It's Disney.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember the very last episode where like they're crashing or whatever, and Morph turns into Jean Grey, and he's like, "She can't say it, so I will." And he turns into Jean Grey. He's like, "I love you, Logan." Yeah, Bo DeMaio, the showrunner, was like, "Yeah, he's supposed to be in love with Wolverine.
Okay.
He's in love."
I saw like the fan theories about that, but the fact that he's confirmed.
I hated that because in the original animated series, they were just boys. He was going through. He was like, Morph was brainwashed, and Wolverine was like, "I got to go find him. He's my best friend." And in this one, Bo DeMaio was like, he has a little crush on him. he likes. I
did like Morph in that show, though. I'm excited to see.
I love Morph.
Yeah, that's good news.
I don't want to see a romance between him and Wolverine, though. I want Wolverine to be sad and lonely and an alcoholic. Do you think Wolverine would have him be Jean Grey 24/7?
The classic trope of Wolverine, like getting ripped apart by Magneto or being strapped to a nuke or whatever, and just absolutely, you want to be sad and lonely too? Come on now.
Yeah, I do. Okay. I want to be drunk in the woods somewhere.
Well, you'll have to wait till spring 2026 to find out if that's what happens.
Yeah. All right. Second part of the Hollywood Minute. We've got some trailers. Now, normally I wouldn't do this, but because we've waited 3 months, we've had a ton of trailers come out. Normally it'd be like 1 or 2. We have 8. So this very day we're recording, we actually got the Andor season 2 trailer like an hour ago.
This is a long ass Hollywood Minute.
Don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
Don't worry about it.
I think we should rapid fire the trailers. If there's 8 of them,
We are not deep. We're not doing a deep cut on these, except maybe one of them, but that's it. Andor season 2, Alex, looks pretty good. Looks like more. It looks like we're doing more war instead of less
yes,
and
it's
less
just
prison.
Cassian like all into blowing shit up, which I'm a fan of.
Yeah, I love it.
Thumbs up.
Are you ever gonna finish season 1?
Maybe. You said it's a slow start.
It is. It's a very slow start. I feel
But
like
I've
things don't
heard
kick
I
off.
also heard it's very good. I'm
episode
just not
4.
very good at watching TV shows.
Fact, you suck at
Grab me
watching
into a
TV
chair to make
shows.
you watch a 2-hour movie.
You have to
Anyway.
watch 3 seasons of Daredevil. You think you're gonna get through that? Season 2 is abysmal. Season 1 and 3
Also,
are where it's at.
I'll spark notes it all. All right, next
That'll
trailer.
probably
Go.
work. Just watch season 3. Fantastic Four First Steps.
Oh, that's a good trailer.
Yeah, this is the one we're
Yeah,
going to talk
I'm excited
about for
for
a
that.
minute. That one looks really
Okay.
good. I love the thing where he's like, hey, the food's good. I'm just going to add a little zip.
Yeah,
Add a little zip. Add a little garlic. I love Herbie the robot.
I like the
love it.
designer thing. I'll say. I think they've done.
Yeah.
If they're trying to be comic accurate, follow that. Out of the like three or 4 versions of thing, I think it's 3.
We've technically gotten 4, but one's been unreleased. But yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Michael-
out of those, this is the best.
Michael Chiklis was the thing in the 2005 movie, the practical one.
Mhm.
I like that design, but obviously this is like the best we've gotten.
Yeah,
And the one from Fanforstic in 2015 fucking sucked. And I kind of sucks that we didn't see Reed Richards' powers. Like we saw the rest of them. I think the fire effect on the Human Torch looks really good.
Yeah, and I'm excited for Galactus as well.
Galactus, that shadow was crazy. Back of his head looked wild.
Yeah, I guess we didn't get a lot of it,
Yeah.
but that's a good trailer.
Yeah. I'm looking really forward to that. That's coming out in July. We'll be talking about that. It's on the
Okay.
docket. It's on the schedule.
It's on the schedule. All right.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
I did not see this,
Doesn't matter.
but I heard there was a trailer that came out, but I did not watch
You
it.
seen a
I
Jurassic
didn't know we
Park
were going to
movie?
be doing the
More
trailer
of that.
section today. You were faking me out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
whatever.
it's more okay. Is it? It's not. It's still a Jurassic World series. It's not. They're not doing a third one.
No, it's still Jurassic World, but it's like different. Like Chris Pratt is not supposed to be in this. It's Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
Got fired from Disney.
might
She's
be.
got to do anything else.
Anyway, was it a good trailer?
Yeah, I mean it looks better than the last Jurassic World movie, which sucked. I didn't like it. I think the last 2 Jurassic Park movies have been abysmal. World was the last good one. And the Jurassic Park 3 sucked too. Jurassic Park 2 was all right. If you want to watch a Jurassic Park movie, watch the first and just stop.
And don't watch it.
Maybe watch Jurassic World. Just the first installment of each. You think this will be like a trilogy and this will be the one good one as well, and they'll all keep getting worse?
Yeah.
That's the running trend is like incredible movie. All right, terrible. I hope it's that way.
Next trailer.
My phone turned off. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning got a Super Bowl trailer.
I
Looks
did
fine.
not see this either. This is news to me. I did not know about this. Okay, looks
Yeah,
fun.
you
That's all I
can't
need
watch
to hear.
that shit. You're in
I'm excited
England.
for it.
You don't even know what the
Yeah,
Super Bowl
you're right.
is.
They give me like fish and chips Super Bowl trailers.
Yeah. You can still
Come get
see
your
the
baked
Super
beans
Bowl,
on toast.
but you get Earl Grey tea ads instead.
Exactly.
You get things
But
for
the
like
commentators, I will say, British commentators, if you look at the video of them, I think they did a pretty good job. I was hyped.
Do you have different commentators for the Super Bowl? That's crazy.
Yes, but I think you can get the American language version.
Oh, the good one.
They do have like NFL Sunday. They cover
Huh.
like here with British commentators. There's a whole show they talk about. I think they have like some former NFL players or something.
Interesting, actually. That is I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know
pretty
that.
good. Anyway,
Huh.
that's not a trailer.
Yeah, but we
But
love
I'm hyped for Mission
television.
Impossible.
That's television. Supposedly this will be the last one, but I don't believe them. I think they're going to come back in 5 years and be like, "Where we strapped Tom Cruise to a rocket in real life and just
He's just a
filmed it."
skeleton by then.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, yeah, we strapped him to a rocket in real life. There's no script. He asked us to do it, and he said we had to release it in cinemas. It's 5 minutes. He explodes at the end of it. It was in his will and testament. We had to put it in theaters. and call it Mission Impossible Rocket Man.
Rocket Man.
Yeah. The Thunderbolts got a new trailer. We actually kind of see the bad guy. I bet you didn't catch it.
Yeah. I didn't see the new trailer. I saw the original one, which made me excited for Thunderbolts, but I didn't see the new trailer.
Every trailer that comes out, the movie looks more and more gray. Like it's set in England, you know?
Yeah, or it could be set. We said Rocky's going to be a Russian oligarch, so who knows where.
Oh, you're right. No, it's in New York. It's not as revealing as the first trailer. It's a lot of the same, like that car sequence where he's like, "It's a nice car, it's bulletproof," and it immediately gets destroyed. Yeah, it looks good. We get to see the Sentry a little bit, not in the cool yellow suit, but like his dark alter ego. I don't think we're gonna see the yellow suit for the Sentry in that, but I don't know. Looks good. Death of a Unicorn. Didn't see that either, did you?
No, but if you brief me on these things, if I got a fact,
I'll never brief you on
saying
these
watch these trailers beforehand.
No, you gotta. It's gonna be like It's gonna be like paying your U.S. taxes. I'm gonna tell you.
You just want to hear yourself talk about these trailers. So intentionally,
yeah,
you don't brief me.
I'm a massive narcissist. I just want to hear myself talk. No, it's going to be like the US tax system. You have to talk about trailers, but I'm not going to tell you how many or what they are. You have to figure that out on your own and hope you don't get caught in the moment lacking.
Yeah. Okay, what is Death of a Unicorn?
Okay, so Death of a Unicorn is going to be an upcoming horror movie. It stars Jenna Ortega, Will Porter, and Paul Rudd. They're going to star in it. It's about a unicorn that has died, and now they're like, the consequences. It looks interesting enough. Remember the movie The Accountant with
This I do know. Yeah, you think you could fake me out with this one, The Accountant too?
I am
hyped.
I can't believe this is the one you did see for The Accountant too.
Really?
Yeah. That looks good.
John Bernthal basically just playing the Punisher all over again.
Yeah. That's good. I'm excited for it. I like the first Accountant.
I am too. Yeah.
That was great. It was around the time Ben Affleck did Batman. Crazy he did 2 action movies and the Batman one's the one that sucked. And then the movie Friendship. Bet you didn't see the trailer for this. No. I'm too niche.
Yeah,
I love indie films.
There's these 8 we must talk about because I can't believe if you haven't seen these in the past 2 months. I know you've been waiting for us to talk about these.
And
Friendship.
Bring up Death of a Unicorn. So the Friendship trailer just came. I looked up Friendship and I immediately got Friendship is a mutual caring relationship. So this is another Paul Rudd movie. Actually, it's an A24 film. Looks really good. It's kind of a weird comedy psychological thriller situation, but it is Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd, which I never considered that combination, but I'm very excited for that. I don't know if you're familiar with Tim Robinson, and I Think You Should Leave.
Oh, he's just hilarious. Yeah, I think he's really funny.
So I think it'll be interesting
yeah,
I love that show, and I'm excited to see him do things with Paul Rudd. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's all the trailers I have. They were very quick. We did not discuss them all that much. Normally it'll be like 2. But we've been gone for 3 months. So naturally I had to talk about Friendship. It's our last segment of the day. We're going to chill out a little bit, Alex. It's called What Have We Been Watching? We may rename that.
Watching Invincible.
Good.
That's what I've been watching.
It's good. Season 3 just came out. Too.
It is good.
I watched the first episode and then I passed out.
I've seen complaints about the animation. And I just want to say to all the haters out there, not every animated comic book show has to have the craziest animation you've ever seen.
False.
They're for the cool fights. That's what I want, more of this sort of, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg and the lives of all these animators to make any sort of animated show.
The poor Into the Spider-Verse team that worked 16-hour days.
If that's the norm, then you'll only get an incredibly good show once every 5 years. Instead, if it's a bit of just they can pump this sort of thing out. And I'm all for it.
Yeah. Invincible's looking really good. Well, I did watch the first episode of the Invincible. For whatever reason, the shows I've been watching are like all on Prime Video. So I've seen the
We're
first couple
not getting
episodes
sponsored.
of
We're not. I'm
Invincible.
sorry. I know you're
Prime
trying.
Jeff Bezos, please sponsor me, please.
Yeah, all the stuff I said about James Bond. I love James Bond now that it's
Yeah.
sponsored. It's part of Prime Video.
All I watch is Prime Video. I love James Bond. I love Invincible. But no, I've seen the first couple episodes of Invincible. I finally watched through Fallout. I hadn't seen it yet. Apparently, season
That's a
2 is
good
currently
show.
filming. It is a really good show. And it was something where I was like, oh, I should sit down and watch that. And I was like, Jesus Christ, an hour and a half for the first episode. I never watched it.
It's fantastic.
And then I just started getting like a ton of YouTube shorts of Fallout. And I'm like, damn, every single one of them so funny. So I finally watched it. Really good. Genuinely really good. I'm excited for season 2. Caught up on The Boys, kind of. I watched Gen Z. I was not impressed by Gen Z, to be honest. It did not leave, because I watched season 3 of The Boys and that was it. Because Gen Z came out and they were like, that's important.
I thought it was Gen V.
That's important. You're right. I'm wrong. It is Gen
so
V.
reset.
No, I'm gonna keep it in. I'm gonna keep it in. No edits. I hate editing.
I didn't even watch it. None of the name of it. This is fake. What have you been watching as a made up section?
We made it up. It's new. We're doing it now. We're doing it live.
Nice. Okay.
Speaking of doing it now, doing it live, I've been watching SNL.
Really?
Better than it has been. Well, because I close on Saturdays, I get home at like 11:30, and I'm like, well, come.
I just watch Weekend Update clips. That's my favorite part of the
I love Weekend Update. Colin and Michael, they're so funny. I fucking love them. You been watching any movies? Have you only been watching Invincible? It's been 3 months. You watched nothing and then you watched Invincible?
Yeah, I guess I have to think back 3 months. You'll have to give me some time to meditate on it.
Well, while you're doing that, I can tell you about the movies I've seen. I finally bit the bullet and got AMC A-list. So I can, AMC, please sponsor me.
Yeah, I love it. Actually, it's the best purchase I've ever made.
I love spending $20 a month to see up to 12 movies a month. It's actually not a bad deal. AMC, please sponsor me. So just in the past like couple months I've had it. Went and saw the Dogman movie. You know what I wasn't expecting from the Dogman movie? A surprisingly heartfelt message on fatherhood. That was not on the bingo card. Paddington in Peru. You know what I wasn't expecting from Paddington in Peru? A very heartfelt family message and an awesome adventure.
I want to watch all three. I've heard Paddington 2 is like really good.
I have 2. It's the only one I've seen. I've not seen the other 2. My girlfriend wanted to go see it for Valentine's Day, and we were in like the Disney Spring Orlando area.
And you heard it here first. Josh didn't do what his girlfriend wanted to do for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we went and saw.
This is a horrible person.
She said, all I want to do is go see Paddington in Peru. And I said, you'll watch Love Hurts. It's not enough. We will go see Captain America.
Evil.
I'm not giving you a choice. No, we did do, because like Captain America came out on Valentine's Day, but it's always like, oh, that it comes out Friday, but you could see it Thursday night as opening night. So I went and saw it Thursday night. Then we like hopped in the car and drove to Orlando because I'm based out of Tampa. It's disgusting here. Are you like deep in thought? You look like a robot.
Yes. Well,
here's my shout. We've seen.
I'm going to shout out my 3 shows.
Please.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Great show. Also on Amazon.
The Grand Tour. And Secret Level.
Amazon. What Secret Level?
Shoot. Yeah, Secret Level is also on Amazon.
Jeff Bezos, please sponsor us.
Please
Bezos,
sponsor
please.
Anyway, something I want to watch is Severance. That's not on.
Severance is so good. I've not seen season 2
maybe
yet.
I should get an Apple TV sponsorship. I want to watch Silo too.
We'll never get an Apple TV.
Please sponsor me, Apple TV.
Yeah, you specifically, not the guy who owns the podcast. Just sponsor Alex individually.
Yeah, exactly.
Severance is so good. Have you seen season 2, or did you say you want to watch it?
I want to watch it.
Watch season 1.
That's what I'm watching. What I want to watch.
Severance season 1 actually left me really wanting to watch season 2, and then season 2 came out, and I've not seen it. So
Oh,
that's my
that's one I
endorsement
heard the
for
most about.
Severance. It's
All right,
really
well,
good,
let's watch it,
actually.
and you'll hear
Um,
from us again.
Also, I went and saw Love Hurts in theaters. Really good. I'm actually going to go see it again tomorrow.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, and you've not seen it once. We were
No, I
supposed to
haven't.
cover it on here. Anyone who's made it this deep in the episode, now you know what you missed. Alex didn't go see Love Hurts.
Well, I'll go see it next time, and then I'll say at the beginning, "Hey guys, Love Hurts is great," and
Oh, it
then
was great.
no one will have gotten to this point in the podcast because they'll turn their brains off after we
Yeah.
started talking about what we've been watching, and no one will know.
Fact. I honestly, you can just be like, "Oh, we went and saw this, and Josh never saw it."
Yeah,
You guys missed out because Josh didn't go see
he's on
Love
the other foot
Hurts.
now.
Yeah, and I'll be too coked out to actually notice what you said because this will get 3 billion views, and I'm going to use all that money and buy drugs. Also, and this is my last thing. I've never seen Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh my
Ever.
god!
Ever. I sat down, I went over to my girlfriend's house the other night and spent the night. And she was
You've
like,
never
dude,
seen Pirates of the Caribbean.
I've never seen Pirates of the Caribbean.
I don't understand how like how can that happen?
I just never saw it.
Like how do you have a childhood without just sort of knowing about how cool Captain Jack Sparrow is?
What's crazy is because you and I grew up around that time when those movies were coming out. I did. Like, but it was just like commonplace knowledge. Like Johnny Depp is a pirate and he's fucking rules.
That's your attachment to Captain Jack Sparrow and Johnny Depp? Is you just heard about him from the kids at the playground?
Yeah,
He's pretty sick, and you never actually saw the movie?
I never saw the movie.
I think I need to reevaluate our friendship.
We've been friends for well over a decade. This
no, it's not like
I'm
not like personally hurt. I don't care about the movie. I'm just sort of like I feel like this is a fundamental fact, like that you should lead with when it's like I like that. This is like you get to your first day at work and it's like, hi guys, my name is Josh and I've never seen the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And it's like it.
That's like my fun fact. I've never seen it, and everyone in the office is like, "Stay away from this guy."
What? They have the same reaction I have. Yeah, and then they stay away from it. It's not a good fun fact.
Yeah, I have no friends at work because I never saw it.
I think you should cut the episode at like, I've never seen Pirates of the Caribbean. End.
Cut, and we'll never get another viewer because no one can take me seriously.
Exactly.
No, so I finally watched the first one after 22 years on this planet. I finally seen the first Pirates of the Caribbean.
I bet it didn't hit the same.
No, I thought it was really good. I started at midnight and I watched it until 3 a.m.
It's a 3-hour movie. Yeah.
It's like 2 hours, 25 minutes, but I had to pause it at some point. What I did, actually, you know what I did? On Disney Plus, when you look up like the Pirates movies, they show up alphabetically. So I start one of them and I'm like,
yeah, which is a really good system. I love the way it shows up alphabetically. Please sponsor me, Disney Plus. You have a really great crap one.
Yeah, but I don't know the movies. So I was like, oh, the first one. That makes sense. I watched the first 20 minutes of the third movie. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Because the third movie starts with all the people getting hung and like a child gets like.
Oh, and they sing the song.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like, this is how Disney started this franchise? This made over $1 billion? They hung a child right off the bat. Then Michaela's sitting there. She's like, this is not the first one. Because she didn't realize that until I'm like, they about to murder a child right at the top of this movie? And she was like, oh.
That's a hell of a way to be introduced to the franchise.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. And then they're like, we need to get Captain Jack back. I'm like, they've met? And she was like, this isn't it. Back out right now. Back out. Then we watched the first. And now I want to see the second, the next two, at least the trilogy, because like he got kidnapped. What happened?
It's so good. I think the most recent movies are like so, but they're still pretty good, to be honest.
That's what I've heard is like they're pretty good, but they're not like the original three.
Yeah, but I don't know how much of that is nostalgia. So I'd be interested to hear your take.
Maybe
watching them all looking around and
they all suck. I hear they just get more and more focused on Captain Jack, which sucks because I really like Orlando Bloom in these, and I want to see him become Captain Jack. I want to see him in big old dreads and a big funny hat. Also, part of the first Pirates of the Caribbean, he's like, I would like to see this ship. And the guards are like, whoa, no commoners here. he's clearly a pirate. All the commoners are dressed like fancy
Yeah,
men and they have powdered
not
wigs.
subtle.
You think that's a commoner? He's clearly going to steal that boat. That's my thought on that. All right, you have anything else that you've been watching? You care to share?
No, I hit you with my in-depth analysis of Invincible is
Yeah.
that it's good, and then
Yeah,
I'm shouting out those
fact.
other ones. That's all I got.
All right. Mr. and Mrs. Smith was really good.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that. They should bring that back for season 2. I think they are, but they might be a different couple.
Yeah, please Amazon Prime sponsor us and bring it back for season 2.
Please,
Oh, a
Jeff
different
Bezos,
couple.
give me money. Please, Jeff Bezos, give me money. If you sponsor me, we'll only cover Amazon MGM movies from here on out. And we'll give them all glowing reviews. We'll go back, we'll talk about Roadhouse.
That's a good movie.
That is a good movie. The remake?
No, stop naming good movies when we're talking about Amazon.
Yeah. We'll go back, we'll completely re-edit our takes on Red One. That was the best movie we've ever seen.
I stand by that. I've said that
please
in the
sponsor
other.
us.
I've
never
that
seen a
review.
better movie than
like
Red One. Amazon, please give us money. All right. Well, we'll be back in 2 weeks. If you if you like this, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the YouTube.
Is there an Amazon Prime podcast?
I think there is. I think there is actually.
Yes, right now, we need to be on there.
I think we're going to start an Instagram. I think we're doing an Instagram because I'm going to start making like reels of what we've done.
Okay.
I don't know if we'll use the video of this because my screen has progressively gotten much darker throughout this whole recording because I refuse to turn a light on. There's already some reels up on YouTube. And yeah, you've been my trusty co-host Alex Cantor.
Thanks for having me.
And I've been Josh Gilliam. Thanks for how you're always here.
Oh, yeah, I'll be here in 2 weeks as well. Yeah. But anyway, it's been great.
Has been great. Should we do this again? No. Scrap the whole thing. We won't be back next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. I hope everyone had a great time listening, but if you didn't, don't tell me. I don't want to hear about it. Bye.